and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land. I hope you're doing fantastic today. Now, before we jump right into the action as per usual, we have a few short announcements that we have to make. The first of which is, if you are watching this video live, thank you so very much. But if you are watching this on the YouTube channel, don't forget to give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of our amazing games. Remember, we are running currently 7 weekly games that are all inside of the same universe, one another affecting themselves. So what you see in here is directly related to a different group fucking up. Straight up fucking up. So yeah. Next on my list of shoutouts is you may see that we have a new sub goal for the month. It is the first of the month, everybody. Woohoo! So, after some deliberation, with some of the community members who have been more active with everything that they wish to discuss, I asked them, hey, what should the November sub goal be? They want another Nomathon to wrap up the previous Nomathon. So I set the standard pretty freaking high, but if we hit that, probably December or January, I'll actually be able to have it all scheduled together with the same players, the same characters, and you all get to wrap up the Nomathon. But we do have to hit that sub goal, so, we have an entire month. Let's go towards it. It's going to be a good time. And also, we have miniature sub goals that we are doing every single weekend. Some of you may be aware that I did gnome-splaining, explaining why I hate the gnomes, but it really was a storytelling of the origin of gnomes and somewhat storytelling of the origins of my universe. What I've decided is every single weekend we will set a number, and if we hit that number, then we will have another storytelling session that I schedule. It'll be another 30 minutes or so of me explaining some aspect about this universe that people wish to inquire about. It could be the knowledge of different races, where they come from, what their culture was like before civilizations were created. It could be something like, hey, this section of this lore very specifically, what is it? And we are doing community polls for everybody who's in the Discord server. So if we can get another 29 subs by the end of this weekend, so the end of this session, we'll do another splaining, and the community will decide, probably on Thursday again. But aside from that, I think that's going to be all of my promotions. So, Jimmy, tell us what happened last session.
Yeah, so last session, the group tree ported, that's how I have it written down, to Phelan. We went to go meet with Lieutenant Clearwater. He kind of gave us the rundown of what was going on in the area. They had wound up on a beach prior to that, had wound up on a beach that was the scene of some boat wreckage that was kind of some washing up on shore, some still out in the water, but clearly the creature that is located somewhere out here, somewhere in the depths. Turns out there are quite a few of them of varying sizes. The larger one seems to be further out, probably due to ocean depths, who knows. But we got brought up to speed that we were not the only ones from the Slayer's Take who were brought to this area. There was also 3 other members, and they were Vexalia, Jackie, and Hedge, the third in command of the Slayer's Take. Vex had been reported stranded on one of the nearby islands, as she had gone out with a ship full of people to try to handle the situation. It doesn't sound like that went over too well now that she is stranded. Jackie seems to be maybe like a monkish, roguish, standoffish younger boy. Kind of seems a bit off. And then Hedge is kind of keeping everybody in line. Seems to be trying to guide those of us who are here to help, and putting together some type of plan. There was also a mage who had shown up by the name of Trent Ickathon from Wildmount, who was investigating what was going on along with an agent of his called Agent S. That's correct, right? S is in Sam?
That is correct.
Okay.
Not agent. I mean, that makes him sound more like Mr. Anderson, but you know,
Sure.
S.
S was his name. Again, multiple creatures of varying size, the largest of which was reported to be maybe about the size of Phelan itself, so kind of a sizable beast. They seem to get very loud in the early morning, and that was kind of it. We were gathering intel about them. Although the day was kind of short and there wasn't much else to do, Silrin had gone off to do something that I don't think anybody in the party was super aware of. So he went off and said he'd be back soon. The group wound up staying at Lord Sean DeJean's estate overnight. They kind of set up shop there, started preparing themselves for what was to come. And I think that's most of it.
Most. Dorzen had a long-winded conversation with Jackie, being the only living party member who really remembers him. Yeah. You did notice a couple of changes in his personality and were given a couple of ominous warnings that really didn't tell you very much. However, you're all back over at the guard station. But before we begin this, we're going to jump over to you, Silrin. Silrin, you, yesterday, had just transported everybody to the Menagerie Coast through a very nice tree, in all honesty. The tree didn't strike you as hostile or anything, just kind of lackadaisy, little concerned about the environment, but it's a good tree. After you came here and everybody else found their direction thanks to a specific guardsman who followed up and met them on horseback, you then gave yourself a leave of absence from everybody else, wanting to go travel and visit the Vesera, the people that raised you. So, you open back up a hole in the tree, and you step on through. As you take that first step back on the shorelines outside of Tal'Dorei, you look around, and it seems to be business as usual. There's docks, maybe 60, 80 feet in front of you. The docks wrap around the open islands that are laid very systematically all around this little area, connecting them from one another for people to travel across. And you see many of the young druids and druidess all, going about their daily businesses. Some of them are fishing, some of them are weaving, others seem to be running around trying to help one another, and you see the community for the first time in a very long time. What would you like to do?
Well, given that the only real part of this community Soren actually likes is the one who raised him, he's going to go pay her a visit.
Ready? Now, you walk along the docks over towards one of the simpler looking little huts that float on top of them. All of these are set on top of buoyant logs of wood that get treated and tampered with just to make sure everything is solid. And as you go inside there, she looks up over at you. Oh, Silrin, hey. Long time no see.
Hello, Mother. How are you?
Oh, I'm, bones are aching a little more, but I'm fine.
Well, you keep saying that, but you're both an elf and a druid, so I figured you'd be so lesser. You still look like you're in your 30s, so I don't know why you're always complaining about your bones.
You think I can't still kick your ass, even with my hurting bones? She gives you a soft smile.
No, I'm fully aware. Did the Dryads get you back your staff?
Yes, they gave it back. Thank you.
Well, I'm just. They mentioned I should visit more often, and here I am.
Well, it's good of you to visit. But that look in your eye tells me there's more here than just a friendly little puppet. What's wrong?
I could use some advice. Um, and not about raising a puppy this time. It's on the coast of Wildmount. There is some shit going down.
Language.
There is some stuff going down.
She nods.
Creatures have been attacking, and I'm not quite sure how to approach this. Normally, I figured I would maybe find the source, but I don't know the cause of it. I just know the effect. I was debating on whether to go talk to the heart of the storm. So I'm trying to remember what the Vesra version of the voice of Tempest was. The something of the waves of the storm. Sorry.
I'm trying to remember too. I don't have the Tal'Dorei book open right now.
I will figure that out. Heart of the Tides.
Yeah, Heart of the Tide thing.
I was debating whether to ask the Heart of the Tides, but I figured I would consult you first, as well as I wanted to see you again.
Well, thank you for coming to see me, but the heart is currently away right now. He was asked to help out the voice. Something.
I see.
What's wrong?
Well, just I'm feeling like the someone kind of sits down and on I assume there's like a couch kind of thing, or the Druid equivalent of that.
More like pillows.
Yeah, the Druid
They
pillow.
all live simple lives out here. I mean, jewelry, yes, they have that because they find it. They treasure find it in the ocean, but they don't have nice accommodations.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah, I scoot some of the small critters that Soen's mother kind of keeps and takes care of out of the way so he can sit down, and then they just crawl back. But I feel like the only one I made some friends. I wrote about that in my last letter.
You've come here to discuss friendship.
We both know I don't do well with people.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, one of them actually treats me with respect, but that's probably because we're really alike. He's, it's the lizard person.
Kuma,
the other,
right?
Yes. And the other is the human, half elf. half elf. She means well, but she doesn't. I don't know. I feel like she's been saying some things to me, and I don't. She's not serious, but it's not. It doesn't make me happy either, or I should say less happy than usual.
So, these things, are they about your personal being? Or how you treat her by any chance? Or how you treat others? She gives you a very knowing look.
Possibly.
Not all people are bad.
I never said she was.
No, but that's your approach to people.
That's because people have the tendency to be very. She's about to say some really cuss word, but then stops.
Mm.
Very untrustworthy.
Yes, they do. Some would say finding a UNT struggling to barely stay alive should be a cause for suspicion, and to make sure that they're kept away from all of the important things.
Yes, I'm fully aware of what they would tell you when you're raising me. I had ears, mother.
Yes, but the point is, people can be wrong. And the perks about being Vesera is we understand the nature of ebb and flow. Sometimes people are good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they just want to live life. Most of the time, they're just upset about something. Remember when you used to have your little tantrums all the time? Yelling, kicking, screaming.
It wasn't a tantrum.
It was a
It was well-placed, rational anger at the circumstances.
It was a tantrum. And then when we talked about it, it was better.
That's all because you're the only one. You were the only one at the time that I could really talk to about that.
So, somebody comes walking in, looks down over at you, Silver, and just gives you kind of a quick glance and then back over at her. Lady, we have another arrival. Okay. She stands up, and despite her age, she does look tired. A lot more tired than usual. And she begins walking out. All right, Sylvain, you can keep walking and talking. I assume you've managed to master that skill?
Yes, unfortunately, and Sylvain follows her and helps her because if she's having trouble walking, he's gonna be that sort of arm, lend her his arm, kind of thing.
So, as you get outside, you see that the clouds in this area have darkened a lot, and there appears to be a large tide rolling towards you, very aggressively. Again. This is the third one today. You watch as a massive wave begins lifting up 20, 30 feet tall. And 5 of the Vesera begin shaping the water to move it out of that area and force it back into the waters and changing the flow pattern.
Do I need to even ask what that's about?
We have no idea.
Great. I think I might.
What? What is it?
I already mentioned how that stuff in Wildmount Coast is going down. I think it might be rippling here, as waves tend to do.
Really? So
Yes.
you think these creatures are causing an effect this far away?
Quite possibly. It's more of a hypothesis right now, but given the location, it seems like it'd be likely.
She begins scratching a little stubble on the side of her chin. All right. Well, where are we going?
What's this we, Mother? With your, I'm gonna head back once.
Good, we're
Well,
coming with you. I'll gather up at least 5 able-bodied people, and we'll see what we can't assist with, okay?
wait, no. Oh, oh no. So in like slowly face palms as he realizes that his mother's gonna meet his friends.
Well, if there's something this bad happening, throw your selfish little problems aside for a moment, Sylvan, and deal with the things disturbing nature.
I'm, Mother, I'm aware you've taught me that. Just allow me this moment of selfishness to hate my life, because I will be doing so later, I assume, as well. Oh no.
How did you get here so fast?
I went through that tree.
You've learned that ability.
Yes, I'm not a little boy who used to send gusts of wind at people who used to throw rocks at him anymore.
Well, can you send us there today, or do we have to wait?
I could use a rest. I would also wouldn't mind eating some of your cooking again. But
I'll make a large feast and I'll see what volunteers we can get. Go inside. We need to prepare for this.
yes, Mother.
And she will do just that. Jumping back to the other party, we left off with all of you having that conversation about how you're going to get out to the Twinward Isles.
Yeah.
And S is still just rolling their eyes at almost every suggestion you guys come up with. I believe you were talking to Jimmy about a potential speedboat option.
Yes. Well, since Silver ain't here, we gotta get another option.
I assume he'll be back shortly. I don't really know, but anyway. If the Twinwood Isles are sort of cut off, we may do well for now to focus on a different matter, which is trying to get a part of the Krakens, as it were.
Well, you did say that they don't go past Mother Sai Reef, right?
No, they haven't been seen that far north yet, no.
So there is a way of getting there through the north via boat, then, probably from Port de Mali.
Alright, so it should only take us about a week and a half on horseback to get to Port de Mali.
Or yeah. That's not really a good option.
No, it isn't.
Well, I have a sort of plan forming, I think. Well, it involves a couple scenarios. I'm wondering if, well, S or Jackie, do you know of any... well, are you familiar with the terrain or where the shallows are around in different places along the coast?
They both shake their heads no.
All right. Well, we should
I mean,
probably try to find a...
I can go look. I can just walk across the water, honestly.
Well, I don't think that's a good option right now. To walk alone across the water. Well, you see, I'm sort of thinking if these beings are from the deep. Well, they are. If we manage to sort of lure one of them, preferably a smaller one, into sort of an area where the shallows are, well, I don't know these seaman terms for it, but when the tide rolls out, that maybe it gets stuck on land for a time, and we could fight it there.
Are you suggesting, S speaks up and just adjusts their glasses, that we lure them out here?
Well, I suggest that we find a suitable place. Maybe some of the captains will know of a place, and we try to lure one of them in towards land just before the tide rolls out, so that maybe it'll get stuck on land for a bit, or maybe not stuck, but at least somewhat weakened, as it were. It's not supposed to be on land, I think.
Less mobile, yes.
So we could fight it there.
Taking our
Get us-
enemy into an unfavorable position.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, I am not opposed to this idea. And this sounds like the first one that I am not completely opposed to. Other than allowing, they gesture at Jackie, to just run around.
The only problem is separating one from the herd.
It might be feasible. A little arcane trickery to cause it to only notice one meal, while the other ones see nothing at all.
Right, something like that.
Do any of you possess this capability of instilling memories and aspects into an individual's mind?
I can create some small illusions. I'm not. Or we could always just try the boat thing and see how it goes.
I am capable of instilling such a aspect into its mind. However, if we are going out there, you all need to be close enough to me.
Right.
So, that means we have to get close enough to one of them that I can use my magic and none of the other ones will notice. And then, once it
Right.
has a meal, let's see what happens.
How close exactly do you have to get?
Good question. Do. I need to be within 60 feet or so.
Right.
that's awful close.
Yes, it is. Which is why I said you all should be out there with me when we do this.
Agreed.
Very
Right.
good. What was your name again? Jimmy, correct?
Yeah.
You said you can assist people with learning the ability to walk on water.
Yeah, I have these things. They just go on your souls, and he like reaches into his pocket and pulls out a handful of tacks.
Wait, they go in your soul?
Of your shoe.
Oh, right.
I
Right.
thought you were talking about necromancy. Okay.
Looks at Leica's shoes.
Ow, ow.
Just got these new shoes. Now you want me to put a whole nails in them?
But yes, Jackie, do you have any suggestions for how to be out there on the waters without them all going ballista? Uh, um, yeah. Be quiet. Are you fucking with me? I mean, I can make myself unseen at nighttime, but I can't do that at daytime. It worked the last time I went out, I just didn't get any closer. So, they cannot see invisibility. That is good.
That's actually quite helpful information, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have to be very careful and quiet.
Do we know how fast they move under the water or in the water?
He shakes his head no.
Vexalia probably would have that, but she's over on the Twinward Isles.
Well, I know, but well, until we can get there, we need to do something else, and I'd say we go ahead trying to get a piece of one of them.
Very well. I will begin organizing this little adventure. We just need to time everything out perfectly. I'll see if there is not an available vessel for us all to take as well.
And we need to speak to a captain or something. Someone who will know the coast.
If they can't see invisibility, then wouldn't it also then be, if it was, say, at night, during the time of a new moon where there's no moonlight out, where it's as dark as it can be?
All right, you have to remember there's 2 moons here. That's not a thing.
Damn it. I forgot there's 2 moons. Damn it. Where's Silver when you need him?
At that moment, the front door opens up to the office. Silverin walks inside, looking a little more sheepish than usual. And you see about 4 individuals walk in here. One is a middle-aged elven woman with some cracked, darker-looking skin, calloused hands, and a one-piece outfit, pants, jumper style, adorned with several different pieces of shells across herself. The other 3 individuals walk in, one of which is wearing pretty much just a banana hammock that has a little bit of a piece of cloth over top of it to add more modesty. And they're currently holding a spear behind their neck with their hands over in front of it. And then the other 2 individuals look a lot younger, maybe early 20s for humans. And they both are adorned in this seashell-like scale mail armor all across them.
I brought druids. Also, that one there, whatever she says about me is a lie.
She walks past you, Silverin. I told you already that we are not wasting time with personal aspects. What the fuck is going on here? I am sorry.
Hello.
Who the fuck are you? S kind of takes a step
forward. Can we all just calm down for a moment? I don't know why we're having this antagonism. I mean, first of all, hello. Nice to meet you.
She walks over and shakes your hand. You must be Amaryllis, correct?
Right, yes.
Silverin has spoken of you.
Right. I wouldn't expect Any other adjective, or well, I could think of some probably.
And you are Kuma?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
You as well. And who's the nerd with the glasses?
He goes by S. He's with the Dwendalian Empire.
I am here, a Volstraka, to help out with the current situation. With these abominable creatures surfacing from the waters. Oh, so you're the one in charge? Well, not me exactly. I work underneath the person in charge. Oh, so you're the person who didn't alert the Vesra that something in the water is happening.
I like her.
Ma'am, what is a Vesra? You're in charge and you don't even know who the Vesra is. Sildren, why are you working with these people?
I'm not working with those people. He points to S and stuff. I'm working with those people. He points to Mary and, the party.
Edge.
All right.
Right.
Then, glasses, sit down. Everybody else, come. He seems very confused that he's being commanded right now.
I'd
Well,
listen
I
to her
think
if
we
I were
need
you.
all hands on deck, as it were. Or, well, preferably not on a deck right now, but you know what I mean.
My son tells me that you are incredibly rude, very mean, hurtful, use foul language when you think nobody is listening, and that you are very honest when you think nobody is listening. So, honestly, do you think we need him?
Yes.
Very well. She gestures, and he just walks up, and he's been significantly emasculated at this point. He's just.
Good.
Hell of an entrance.
Yes. Anyways, once Alona gets out of earshot, or more out of earshot, I should say, Saren turns to the party. All right. So I've been away a little bit. I assume I missed something.
Wait, nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving.
Oh shit.
No, she's
table.
gathering everyone up. She's in business mode. She doesn't want to talk about feelings right now. She's in, we have to take care of this shit mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, so while I was away, I'm sure you've all been informed about some things. I need you to share that information so we can get to the bottom of this and get this taken care of.
Yeah,
Well, we already have a plan going, you see.
Oh, wonderful. What are we thinking?
I swear, if you say something about a boat in those waters, and Soen gestures to the tentacle that probably just popped out of the water at one point, I'm gonna say that that's a bad idea.
Well, you're always saying everything is a bad idea, no matter who says it. So, unless it's you. Let's get to the core of it, I suppose. We're trying to get a piece of one of these krakens. Well, we're calling them krakens. I do, at least. So that we can use that piece to get some more information via magical divination. And right now, the plan involves luring one of them into an area of shallows where it will hopefully be at least disadvantaged as the tide rolls out, so we can fight it on a more favorable terrain. And hopefully maybe even kill it.
I believe, Mary, it would be pertinent to share all that we know so far as well, that apparently these creatures are from the very bottoms of the ocean that got brought to the surface for some reason, and that they're mixing or speaking in some weird mix of primordial and celestial.
What?
You're muted, Jero.
I'm muted?
Oh, yeah, I didn't pick up the what for some
What?
reason. Yeah. Apparently these creatures were supposed to be on the very bottom of the ocean, but something brought them to the surface. They can't go back down, and Dorzen over here was able to sort of understand what they were speaking.
Dorzen, that is you. I have not heard about you yet.
Me and I gesture to Jimmy, we're new.
Pleasure to meet both of
Likewise, ma'am.
you. Ma'am? Oh. She looks at Sylvan. Since when did you find friends with good manners? I like these people.
Well, I thought ma'am was reserved for older women. I mean, you don't look a day past 80.
You are sly with your tongue as he described you. She gives you a little smirk.
I give a smirk. Back.
You know how Sylvan talks about you. it's not a secret.
Yeah.
So you
every
mean to tell me that the Craven are active right now?
Is that what they're called?
Perhaps. The Craven are a species that have lived in Exandria before our written recorded knowledge of it. Supposed to be primordial in nature, but created from gods.
Explains why we can't find anything on them.
Well, you're probably looking in books. And she looks at the person with the glasses again. What you need to look at is the people who care about this land, not just the information it holds. The Vesera have had a relationship with maintaining, looking after, and guiding the Craven whenever they get too close to the surface. They are incredibly attracted towards light, but it hurts them. It angers them. So long as they stay in the deeps of the water, there's never any problem. They're supposed to be sealed down there, but for some reason they multiplied.
Well, part of the reason why we want to get a piece, as I said, is to divine, hopefully, why they have come up. It seems, well, we've discovered that they seem to be looking for something. Isn't that the going hypothesis? Or
They are mourning
Want something.
something.
right? They want something back, I take it.
The feeling was they were sad about something, correct? We didn't get more than that, right?
They were, the exact thing I told you is they were very sad, they were angered, and they were pained.
And hungry.
Yes, and hungry. Your interpretation is your interpretation. No, I saw your message, Silver, and I'm just role-playing right now.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, that's hopefully what we're trying to figure out, or what we hopefully figure out. I mean,
Good. I honestly like your idea of segregating one of them. As far as I knew, Craven is supposed to be one entity, but looking at this, there's far more than just one of them.
Yeah, and
Right.
apparently the biggest one's about the size of the city.
That sounds like
right. I thought it was Kraken.
Craven. The Kraken was given its name because of its resembling nature to Craven. Craven is a horror. A creature sealed here by very powerful magics.
Right. The name sort of implies that they're also a bit cowardly. Is there anything to that?
I will have to return home to find the information I need. Now that I know something else is happening here, I may have to speak to the heart and see if they know it.
Right.
Knowledge about Craven has only been passed down inside of the Vessera's inner circle.
Oh, well, you're great to share it with us, at least.
My son
appreciate
speaks
it.
glowingly of the amount of trust the two of you have. And if the glasses gets in my way, I'll just sick my boy on him.
Right. Well, you heard her, S.
He's
Right, so,
blushing and looking angry. He's just
Yeah, that pretty much describes Sylvan right now.
Mhm.
Seward and S could be twins right now.
So, I will be returning home, seeing if I can't get in communication with her, and I will return as soon as I do get that information. Sylvain, every day you contact me, you send me a message. Every day. Understood.
Understood, Mom.
Good.
Mother.
She goes over and like pats you on the shoulder and pulls you down to give you a kiss on the cheek. Very well. Mary, take care of my boy for me, please.
Sure.
Just make sure he doesn't die. I don't mind if he gets roughed up a little bit.
Fair enough. I'll try. I've saved his life on several occasions already. So.
Lies. All lies.
He's
She
done the same
rolls
for you,
her
man.
eyes and just walks out of the building. The other 3 Vessera members are just still hanging out. The one with the loincloth just looks chill as can be, and the other 2 are very, like, listening to all of this. Their eyes are wide, like, oh, fuck. Now, Sylvain, you understand, these are capable people, all of them, but the 2 younger ones have probably never seen actual combat.
Ooh.
Yeah, on a scale of like levels, they're probably like level 3 at most.
No. They're probably like 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're just military boys.
Yeah. More like hard-working, good-hearted folk. The other guy, though, yeah, he's done a lot of work. He's pretty good at it.
Freaking Jason Momoa looking motherfucker.
What can I say but you're welcome?
Speaking of
meeting
which,
them-
he's kind of just like staring at all of you, and then his eyes linger between Kuma and Dorzin, and he does that like pecs jiggle thing.
Oh,
Is he
man.
trying to flex? I don't know what that is.
Roll insight.
Quick question, Jared. Just, I'm the one who cast the spell to get us here, right? Or was it someone else?
That would be you.
Just asking
She
for
is
spell
not
slots.
capable of that. She's an incredible druidess, but she's not capable of that. She doesn't know any trees around here.
Ah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Now she does.
Kuma and Dorzin, it's not hard to figure out. This guy's putting feelers out into the room to see if there's any other people with similar interests as him. And he just seems to consider
Oh,
you
shit,
two
there's
the
me
more
there.
attractive of the group.
Hmm.
No offense, Mary, but you're not his type.
Yeah. Fine. I wasn't sure if he was trying to intimidate us by his.
Oh,
presence.
no. He's trying to coax.
Oh, my internet just lagged and I missed all of that.
He's trying to see if you want to fuck, more or less. Not right this second, but like eventually. He's putting that
Okay.
feeler out there. He walks up. So, how's it going, everybody? We are gonna go fishing? He smiles.
Seems to be the case.
Yes. Oh, I'm looking forward to hanging out with all of you people. Sylvie's always been a little more uptight, but you all look like a fun bunch.
Told you never to call me that.
What? Your trigger word is uptight, Silverin?
No, he doesn't like celery.
Oh, celery. Ah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And
So-
there goes one healing from Sylvan.
Serena is
I
no
think-
longer the healer.
I think you could suffer one more level of exhaustion.
Blood vessel bursts.
Well, the Vesera are at your disposal, so if any of you need anything, don't hesitate to ask me. These two are my underlings. I'm teaching them the ropes, so don't worry. They're more capable than they look, I promise you.
Actually,
Alright.
quick question though. We've never actually gotten this guy's name, and I feel that's important right now.
Oh, yeah. This is Sani.
Sunny.
Sani.
Sani.
Sani. S-A-N-I. Sani.
I got it right.
He is one of the local protectors. Whenever there's a situation with boats that get caught on the water with like shark attacks and stuff like that, he's an incredible swimmer, and he swims out there and, well, fucks up the shark. More or less. He's kind of a brutish man, and he believes that clothing only slow you down.
Gotta be aerodynamic in the water.
I'm getting like barbarian druid vibes from him now.
Who knows? Do you want to catch these bare hands or these bare hands? Just a badass. Let's go into the water, people.
Right.
No,
Well,
like-
Sani, what sort of what kind of things can your people assist with?
Well, Dada points at the smaller of the two. He is exceptional at cooking, mostly pastries. Aside from that, though, very adept at nature, water, favorable among the fish. They like to help him out with anything that he likes to ask to them. Bit more of a whisperer in that sense, and not bad with a blade. When you look at Ichi, they point at the other one. Slightly taller, maybe half elf. Looks like they're starting to grow a beard, but they're not doing a very good job. Ichi is, well, they're a skittish one, but you get them backed into a corner and you will see some frightening shit.
Fair enough. Also,
I can
sort
be
of Silver-
protection for anybody who needs it.
What was the name of your mother again, Sylvan?
Her name's Alona.
Alona?
Aloha. No, fuck.
Alona, no, it's Alona.
They're all Hawaiian, every single one of them.
Aloha, brother. How you doing?
Well, now we know more about what they are.
Indeed.
Maybe your boss S can now try to divine the base on what it's called.
So, Silverin, let me answer those three questions for you real quick. We just didn't want to soak up too much time with communing with nature. Are the causes of these waves known to you? Nature's response is kind of. Do they originate from the direction of the Menagerie Coast? Yes. How are you today? Little upset. There's something cranky in the middle of the waters that kind of upsets it.
So make sure no one else knows that he asked nature that because.
Yeah.
But
How are you?
Yeah, like, no one ever asks how nature is. Like they always ask it things, but they never ask how is it.
Mother Nature on TikTok is phenomenal.
Wait, what?
Oh, there's a TikToker who just personifies Mother Nature. It's phenomenal. The 2020 series has been great.
Oh god.
Everything's on fire.
Gonna look at that later.
So anyways, yeah. S steps forward and goes, I need to go get us a boat. And a
Right.
captain.
Yes.
Don't make any decisions without me. And he just storms off.
All right, let's make all the decisions we need to do.
Wait, are they getting a boat so they can get one of these creatures? Because we could probably just walk out there quietly and maybe get a piece ourselves.
They are far from the pier. We gotta get up, do the thing, draw them back.
Yeah, they're about like 20 miles out.
Oh, 20 miles swimming? My arms would start to get tired.
But if you saw the shoreline, that's what they've been doing to all the boats when you guys
Oh.
came here through the same
Could you
street.
outrun Piranha?
Yeah. I can.
Hmm.
Can you?
Just to make it quick, if you have anything that you think can outswim Sani, don't bother. He could probably outswim it or beat it to a pulp.
Racehorse on the water.
His teeth actually glisten when he smiles at you all.
Oh, he's that kind of guy.
Eh,
Yes, he is fabulous.
I'm the only one here.
Smell of Old Spice.
Yeah. Look at your man. Now look at me. I could be your man.
Well, remember, so, and I'm the only one in this party that can actually swim naturally.
Oh, you're a swimmer too, eh? I'll race ya.
I don't think Dorson knows how to swim yet.
It's only been a year or so, so
Oh yeah, you know how to swim as a horse, not as a human.
it's actually easier. So, so yeah. What is it we're exactly doing? I heard you're getting a boat. Good idea. I don't want to tire my muscles out too quickly.
So yeah, we're having a boat and trying to lure one of them into a shallow part along the coast. And
I can do
it
that.
at a time where the tide will roll out and we can fight it on land.
And hopefully it not alert the rest of the horde.
Right.
Well, I do have a spell to help with that. At least to keep us from being discovered easily.
Does it work on a boat?
Yes,
Does it work in a
works
fight?
on a boat. You've seen me cast it before, Kuma, and I am referring to Pass Without a Trace. It's just
Sani takes off running. I'll find us some shallow waters and just runs into the beach.
Okay.
he'll be back.
I look at his two apprentices. Like, I am so sorry you have to learn under that guy.
He is an incredible teacher. Very strong, compassionate, loving, endearing, and always explains every situation to us to its fullest.
But
Yeah,
his
we.
personality.
They're kind of like, yeah. But he has all of the great qualities of a teacher. Off in the distance, you all hear, Wahoo!
I half imagine he pulls a surfboard out of somewhere.
Nope, he swims. He's a swimmer. He's in that water.
So, yeah, just gonna fill in Silver with everything that we found out that you can't understand them with magic. You have to speak the two languages, actually try and understand any of it naturally. Because S and I tried to do it through magical means, and it just came out as gibberish.
Jackie's a monk and he can do whatever that shit is, and it didn't work.
Well, if it's primordial, I can understand that.
Well, it's
Not just
primordial and celestial.
Unfortunately, I can't understand that though.
Yeah, it's kind of
Too bad
strange.
it wasn't abyssal.
Jackie looks at you when you say that, and his eyes go wide.
That is no. I don't even want to know what these things would look like if they were abyssal.
Well, they already seemed that way, so I just figured that might be the case. Especially after what Alona said.
Actually, that makes sense. If there's ones that can speak primordial and celestial, then by the same logic, there's got to be ones that speak primordial and abyssal somewhere.
Well, why is that a given?
Well,
no idea what this thing is.
Kuma, roll a religion check. Let's see if you understand anything about the abyss, the heavens, the hells, anything. Just you don't know jack shit about any of them.
You're a hunter, not a priest.
You know that Celestials are considered good, but uptight. And Abyssals are considered chaotic, and usually pretty loosey-goosey.
Anyways, these things don't like light, correct?
Correct.
Well,
According to your mother, sorry.
it's fine, but I do have a spell that might help with us deal with them, or at least keep them away if they don't like it.
If what your mother said is true, they are attracted and hate light, so they'll go towards it. If I understood what she said.
She also said it hurts them.
Yeah, which is why one of the ideas initially was get a giant boulder, cast daylight on it, and launch it off the coast.
That's
I do not remember this plan.
not a terrible idea. As off, just if it would think on off the top of our heads.
Right, because if they're attracted to light, then if we shoot it one direction and go the other direction, it would give us a window of opening.
Well, if they're attracted to it, then wouldn't that just be our way to lure them?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're using the word attract a bit wrong here. Did we learn that they actually hate the light? They're pained by it?
Well, they both want it and are hurt by it.
Yes, that's what Alona said.
Oh.
Sort of like wizards when it comes to knowledge.
Wait, what?
Data steps up and have we tried talking to them?
To the Craven?
Yeah.
We've not, because frankly, we haven't been able to get close enough yet, and we only found out that they spoke a mix of primordial and celestial yesterday.
And plus, given the fact
Or
that
today.
the damage they've caused, so in gestures to like the ruins that are like all around and shipwrecks, we can guess that they're probably not very friendly initially, at least.
Well,
There
I
goes
mean,
Pot kettle black again.
well,
They're also very hungry.
Which that was another idea, was why not just feed them a bunch of good berries?
Because
Da-
apparently
Data
everyone
just
thinks
looks at
good
you.
berries taste like chalk.
Well, it's filling. If they're hungry, would fill them up, wouldn't it?
but, I mean, not for nothing, but like, growing up, we were taught to always give things the chance to tell you what's right and what's wrong, right?
Yeah, that's a good philosophy to have.
So it's important to stick to your guns. It's important to stick to your guns. I think
a
we
gun?
should talk to them.
Well,
Yeah.
how about this? With the one we capture, or the one that we draw out, I will try to say something to it. And if it screams back to me, I'm going to eat you, I'm going to kill it. How's that?
Yeah, I can help you speak to it. I can give you that ability to speak to it. I can do that.
I already can.
Oh.
I'm the only one that has both languages.
Oh, okay. But do
Yeah,
you know
'cause
how to match the language to? Well, your check was pretty good. You could probably
I know enough
convey
to
simple
speak.
things with it, not anything.
I'm gonna speak Mexican Spanish to a Spaniard.
Well,
Actually, yeah, kind of. Just
if
yeah.
that's the case, Dorsey, you might want to start practicing what you're going to say in the weird mixed language.
Do you want me to roll for that? I should just throw out gibberish.
Oh, I want to hear you roleplay, buddy. Yeah. I mean,
So you
just
just
think
practice
about
your-
it while we're doing other things. Just
Start practicing your primestial, and then we can Wait
New-
until that.
New language, primestial.
Don't tell me my world's not original when I created my own hybrid language system. Gar.
That's the weird thing. I'm gonna have to fluctuate between air, earth, fire, and whatever.
Water.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's
Okay, he just. How's that?
It's like doing both at the same time.
I mean, I think that's
During this time, you have Sani come back in, catching his breath very quickly. So, I talked to some of the fish, right? And I found a good place. During
Right.
high
good.
tide, the water is roughly about 20, 30 feet deep. During low tide, 5 feet, 10 feet. There's
That's
a little
pretty good.
bank area. We can build it up a bit. He looks over at Sylvan. You have a lot of magic like your mama, right?
yes.
Cool. Can you move earth?
If I prepare it, yes.
Can you move earth? He doesn't
Yes.
understand magic even in the slightest.
If you give me if I have time to get prepared for it, yes. Like stretching
Oh,
for exercising.
so you can do it today. Good.
No, I
What? Just stretch. Go ahead. Stop. But yes, if we can create some type of trap out there, it is a pretty significantly large location, roughly about 60 feet by 100 feet or so. You might be able to get one of them in there. I think it'd be good. And then
Yeah.
Calamare. He swings his spear around quickly.
Sani, when
Yeah.
did you see them at all? Did they look like if they were out of water, they'd be very mobile?
Oh, no. I didn't go deeper towards them. You told me not to. Unless I can.
just-
I'll go check them out now.
No,
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 no.
stay
I
away
was just
from
asking
those.
if you were able to get a look at them.
I mean, not really. There's kind of like the mush. Yeah, that's about it.
Right. So yeah, let's get to it then. I'll go and look for some captains too, maybe. But it seems like we've already figured out a good, suitable place.
Very good, very good.
So,
Right, we should spend the day getting it ready.
Right. Jimmy, maybe you can. I have sort of an idea for if we had one of those ballistas, and we fired a harpoon at the thing. Do you think you could sort of make some kind of harpoon thing that would drag a piece of it back when we pulled it out? Is that? I mean, in case we can't defeat it.
I mean, like if we were to make the device kind of with a hook and like I think I know what you're talking about, Mary. I'll have to check one of my books.
All right. No, just an idea. I think we should use all our well, what's it called?
Resources.
All our skill. Yeah. There was a very specific Norwegian word I had in mind that was hard to translate.
And that was when the party had a montage. It's like, get ready.
Da, 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 da.
Have a montage. Dun, dun.
Well, I know what I'm gonna
No,
do.
it's in the credits, man.
Gonna see if there's anything through a contact that might be interesting for us to help prepare.
Also, I'm also trying to find out. Like, apparently, she wants me to contact her every day. How do I do that as a druid?
Sending.
I don't have sending.
Skywrite.
That's okay. That would work. But that's. I don't know if she'd see it from where.
Hi, Mom. Today I ate a bug.
And then just wait for the clouds to slowly send it over there.
Yeah. It'll be tedious, but you know.
It's like the slow crawl from Star Wars. It just slowly comes by day.
Oh, yeah, and then And then there's that one guy who like somehow magically made it so like, you know, will you marry me thing, and just as he's like proposing and she's looking up, that's when that guy right mixes with it, and it's a messed up message.
Will you bury me? What?
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted
Tangent.
there.
So,
Yeah, tangent.
everybody, let's just go through a very quick system of what we want to do in preparation. Mary, you want to find a captain who can tell you more about all of this, who can guide you. So that means you'll be joining S in that part of the investigation. You want to use your urban bounty hunter feature.
To find any supplies that might help us or might help Jimmy make something.
In a city that has been completely evacuated, other than the guard. You can look.
Perfect time for criminals to go steal things.
I mean, if there's tunnels, they exist.
Rule 1 of being a criminal. Don't be where even the rich and the poor won't be.
Well, it's the perfect time for a heist.
Sure, that's the perfect time to die.
That's the reason why people don't freaking loot during the hurricane. They wait till
Clearly, you've never lived in Florida.
Yeah, haven't you seen that movie Crawl?
Anyways, so you're going to be looking around for all of your buddies. Dorzen, you didn't tell me what you were going to be doing.
I will be effectively perfecting a language that I don't know exists.
Okay. Jimmy, did you have something you want to do during this time other than your usual I do things?
Yeah, I'll be doing those things, and per Mary's requests, going to the boat to do those things to see if there's even a device upon which I would be able to craft something for.
So you're going with Mary to look for things like that.
I'm going to the ship, because if the ship doesn't have a bastila or something to fire, I'm not wasting time on that. So first thing, make sure we have it, and if we do have it, then I'll begin crafting something.
Cool. And Silverin, what are you doing?
I guess I'll be trying to re-prepare the spells that I got, because I don't have move earth prepared.
Unfortunately, after you prepare spells, you can't re-prepare until the next day.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think I'd need that one because it's water.
that's fair. But I mean, you could do any number of other things. You can assist somebody. You can think of more creative ways to do that other than my magic spell solves all the world's problems.
I mean, I have a possible idea, but I don't know if it would work.
There's one way to find
I
out.
could control water so that I part it enough in an area that then Sonny and the other druids can rework that area without the water being in the way.
Alrighty. So we'll start with Mary and Jimmy. The two of you start traveling around for a little bit before you make it over to the open docks. And Jimmy, you start looking across many of the ships. There's only smaller ones left in the port as of now, other than rubble and things like that. And all of the important aspects that would be on them seem to have been taken away. All of the expensive features have been removed because they seem to just be getting fucking destroyed. As you are walking through, you catch up with S, who's currently talking to a little bit of a chubbier looking Celezo, one of the local guards in this area, who looks over towards you guys, and S just waves for you to join up here.
Hello.
So, this is Amaryllis. She is in charge of this group of people who are assisting us from the Slayer's Take. This is James. Which one do you prefer?
Jimmy's okay.
Jimmy it is. This is Jimmy. Anything they need, you give to them. Understood? Well, I mean, you don't just get to boss me around like you just whatever y'all want with that shit. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? But yeah, I mean,
You
I'm going to
want-
help them if they're helping us. You know.
Right. Well, we're all in this together to try and figure out a way out of this crisis. So we're sort of hoping to find a captain who would be familiar with the coast and who would be willing to assist us with
Well,
our plan.
You got one. Captain James, or sorry, no, not James. James is already taken by Jimmy in this game. Captain Reyes, you can call me. I've been a Coast Guard here for about 25 years, and I've moved up the ranks at this post for the Celestials. So, anything you need, you can ask me.
Right. Well, at this point, we're sort of looking for a preferably fast ship vessel, and with a sort of also a ballista at the front or wherever really on it, or some kind of a harpoon launcher.
So, if you want fast, we have keel boats. Those are about the fastest you'll get here. We can find you a good old one, a little more slender, so long as you're okay not taking too large of a crew, maybe 10, 12 people at most. None of them currently
Yeah, that
are...
sounds about fair.
Oh, right, good. None of them are currently outfitted with any large ballista, but for a simple, large crossbow, we have those on them right now. You need one of these vessels immediately?
Well, no, not immediately, but over the course of
Your mic is like super
next
crackly. Is that just
2 or
me?
3 days.
Sounds like you have a noise gate that is trying to like crack through.
Just the. Is that better?
Yeah, no, I heard it, but it sounds better, just not as good as usual.
All right.
Anyways, we can handle that during break.
Exactly what could be causing that? But, yep. Right. So yeah, one of those ones then, and
Perfect.
well, yep.
You need me to go get that for you? Bring it around?
Well, sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you need anything, Jimmy?
No. I mean, if it's a fast boat, great. We'll take a look. And you said it had a crossbow?
A heavy crossbow attached to it on the front. We have larger ballistas, but it has not been outfitted for them, unfortunately. I mean, if we're not leaving for 3 days or so, I could have a couple of people that get to work on it, carpenter up a little bit, and attach one of them to it. Jimmy, you could do it in an hour.
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, if it's available and it's you could just show me, that'd be great.
Are you a one of those Huppaduk people? No, he is not from Huppaduk. He is a halfling, clearly. But yes, he is a tinkerer. Oh, so you understand Bessie, huh?
I'm sorry, no.
Oh. Well, I'll show you Bessie nonetheless. We actually just got her commissioned roughly about a year ago, and, well, there's some bureaucratic reasons we weren't able to put it on any of our vessels, which I'm happy about now since we didn't lose it. I mean, 15,000 gold for a fucking piece of equipment, but supposedly it's supposed to be insane, so, yep. All right, follow me.
Okay.
He starts leading the three of you over towards a little bayside shack that has an opening that the water goes into slightly, and then opens up to about 3 rowboats and 1 or 2 keel boats that are just like parked on the side inside of here. Once you get in, now the keel boats are very slender, long boats, thin, only the one large sail at its disposal. These are rowing vessels as well, which are the fastest vessels they have. keelboats are the most nimble and fastest of the boating options of the mundane variety. When he shows it to you, on the front of the vessel, there is a fairly sizable crossbow. It's not exactly the size of a ballista, but it is positioned up at the front. Well established, well positioned, very quick, easy. All of the arrows are serrated and peel upwards slightly, so they have a bit more of a angled shot because it aims downwards. But this seems to be a specific crossbow meant to destroy sails so that the keelboat can catch up to people, as it would just cut right through them completely. You can just get other crossbow bolts instead of these ones if you want. He shows that to you and goes, all right, this is the vessel we got. And Bessie, yep, come take a look at this one.
Okay.
He walks with you over towards the back end of this shed or shack, pulls out a ring of keys and unlocks a door that was kind of hidden fairly well. You didn't see it with your mundane eyes, either of you. And once he does that, he lifts up a large crank and moves open where you see this large metal shell that is inside of here. These bars going all the way down, and there seems to be a 5 foot tall, 3 foot wide thing in there covered in a large tapestry. And he goes over to the cage, unlocks that, and with a very loud creaking and moaning of metal that has not been opened in a very long time, goes inside and pulls off the large blanket. Jimmy, this is an arcane cannon. It's the same thing that you saw Scanlan had on his skyship.
That is not a harpoon thrower. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's Bessie.
And I'm just going to give it the whole 360 and start like investigating the arcane properties of it.
All right. So this is a large metallic platform that weighs roughly about 800 pounds. It is incredibly heavy. It has a seated component that you can climb up to the side and straddle the cannon itself, which has a knob that you can adjust into 4 different positions. And it seems to have some type of magic inside of it that can automatically reload and shoot itself again. This cannon, I can give you the details about it on break.
Not worried about it.
All right.
You said this would take 3 days to load on the ship, but I mean, the ship's right out there. Is it just like you need something to mount it?
Well, we need to make sure we get a mounting bracket that can support its weight, of course. We have to make sure we add a bit more buoyancy to the front of the ship, or the middle of the ship, because she's pretty damn heavy. And we have to get carpenters in there to drill the holes. I mean, there's a whole lot to go into it, you know?
It's gonna slow it down considerably, too. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I think... Well, I'll start working on something, and then I'll see what Mary wants to do with it. Thank you so much for showing me this. This is incredible. I've never actually been able to work on something like this before.
Yeah, of course. If you break it, you buy it.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely pay for it if anything goes wrong. I promise.
All right, wonderful.
Jimmy's like taking measurements and
Oh yeah.
going to work.
All right, Mary, are you satisfied with the boat and the captain?
Yeah.
Awesome. If you have any,
like Jimmy isn't.
if you have any questions about the more specific aspects about the reef itself, the shoreline, he can fill you in on any of these things. He's a veteran of these shores. He knows them very well. He's been here a long time.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, I want to go get Sonny for a moment to bring him to the captain, and so we get it's just taking out for a small like reconnaissance to the
Wonderful.
place we're going.
So you'll go back and do that. And when we come off of break, we're going to see what Kuma is potentially finding. Maybe. You're going to have to roll pretty damn high. But anyways, everybody watching, be sure to give us a like, a follow, a subscription. It helps us out tremendously, and we will be right back.